We know we don't get the class. On a broken rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is a family home. We are family. Oh, I gotta plug this in too. Shoot, man. What? I gotta plug this in. Hold up. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I have it scheduled for Monday, right? Yes, Monday. Shoot. Gotta plug that in. Oh my gosh, my sinuses. Why? Why does this have to happen to me? We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. Okay, hold on. We are family. Hello, hello. Hello, beautiful people. Ha ha. Yes, 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 and yes. Got my beautiful people. Beautiful people. All right. Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Hello, Dee. How are you guys? Coffee. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Virgil. Hi, Ivy. You screwed up on your days? Hey, I think all of us are right now. Who else? We got Dee, we got Ivy, we got Virgil, we got Coffee, we got Bebop in his house. Wait, who do we got up further up? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Oh, Virgil's so sweet. Virgil always calls me beauty, even though Virgil knows I do not feel like I'm a beauty, but thank you, Virgil. I appreciate that so much. About the other night, I feel like I was rude to you. You were telling your truth, and I'm so Bebop, how? How were you rude? Bebop, if you're rude, I'll let you know, right? Because I'm working on that. I am working on that. Bebop, tell me how you think you were being rude, honey. What do you mean? You guys, I had a dream about the Watts case. You know I don't talk about that case. I'm telling you. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to talk about this case because my dream, it's crazy. I don't remember every little thing about my dreams ever, but I'm telling you this. And then the whole case, the whole Michael Long case too. Ugh. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet, Virgil. Bebop, I want you to tell me how you think you were being rude. I hate this hat. You know why? Because look, my head isn't big enough to fill in the side over here. See, like that? I have OCD. It's driving me crazy. So I was on your live last night, went to open my window. I thought I heard gunshots. And I'm like, no, it must be fireworks. There was a mass shooting, Ivy? No, Bebop, but what did you say that you thought was bad? Ivy, didn't that happen? Didn't something bad happen in your area like a couple weeks ago too, honey? Didn't something bad happen? I kind of remember you saying something about something. Was that one was last night or the other 16 dead in Rochester? That was it the other time, a couple weeks ago. I remember you talking about something happening a couple of weeks ago. Hey, Blue Moon. Hi, sweetheart. Where was that one? Hi, Chicano. Rochester, Ivy. I think she's... That is scary, right, Chicano? It's crazy. What is going on? A guy killed in police custody protests every night since. Not that it matters, but I'm curious. Did they happen to mention the color of the gentleman that was killed? Guy killed in police custody. I feel like, you guys, the protests have been, riots and protests have just been nonstop. And live downtown. Oh my gosh. Girl, you got to get out of there. Ivy, you need to, well, my area is better. I mean, the area is, but it's very, like I said, it's very blue. If you like blue, if you like the color blue, my area is the place to be. If you like the color blue, you'll fit right at home. If not, then yeah, no. My hand needs moisturizing, you guys. It's driving me nuts. My skin, y'alls. Yeah, I just think that that's not safe for you, Ivy. Do you live by yourself, honey? Hey, Picker. Look up the video. Danielle Prude. It took place March, just broke. Okay, I remember you mentioning that name. I remember you talking about that. Sorry, guys. Oh, now it's blurry. Is that better? Okay. I just want to clean off my screen a little bit. Hold on. All right. I hate a dirty screen. It's driving me nuts. What? No. Go back. Sorry. Our city is small. Danielle Prude. Hey, Robert. Okay. I'm going to look it up here. Just a second. Give me a second. This is, I don't know why my computer screen is so friggin' dirty. Gosh. Maybe it's all the soot or the fire from the windows. I leave my windows open a lot. Not at night, though. I close them and lock them. So nobody get any bright ideas. I do close and lock my windows at night and my doors. Oh, a Victorian house. I love Victorian houses. In a happening area with lots of stuff to do, except haven't been able to do much. Okay. So you have lots of people around you then, Ivy, right? So if something were to happen, you've got people around you, correct? Okay, I got to get in between my keys. That's what it is. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm done messing with this for now. Remind me, you guys, when I get off here, I got to clean my keyboard. Ugh. Yeah, I think it's from the fires. This stuff was not in here before. You guys talk to each other for a minute. My OCD is driving me mad. Stop it. Okay. That's going to have to be good enough for now. Okay, what I got to scroll back and look at the name again. Danielle Prude, was it? Wasn't it Danielle Prude? Let me go back just a little bit. Danielle Prude. Okay. Chicano. Yes, it's probably this chocolate. You're right. So, you guys, you know, I have not talked about the Watts case hardly at all, right? I haven't. And, I mean, I probably shouldn't at this point. Now that it's kind of, I mean, it's dying down, but it's not. There's still people talking about the Watts case. But I think Smiths stopped carrying Buenos. Oh, no, Coffee. Well, your good old friend Bella may just have to send you some, huh? Listen. The dream I had, I'm telling you guys, NK was involved. I don't care. I've always thought that. my dream gave me confirmation. And no, I do not have visions at all. That's not me. But I'm telling you, she was there. She knew exactly what was going on. I believe that her and Chris had a thing going from way back during that first search for Shanann Watts. I believe they dated off and on. Hey, Annie, and they were involved with each other a lot longer than they claimed. But I do believe she was absolutely, she did know about it. And I think it's really sad that exactly, Blue Moon. I don't even talk about it, and it's so weird. Oh, it's storming in Florida. I think she was there. Oh no is in on it. Oh no is in on it. What do you mean the night that Chris called Shanann, Coffee? The guy who died was black. Was second time that day 911 was called on PCP, running down street naked, broke a window to store, and he had COVID and was spitting at cops. They had to put a spit hood. Oh my gosh. So he was shot and killed, Ivy? Is that what you're talking about? He was shot and killed? Okay, Coffee, what are you talking about the night Chris called Shanann? You believe NK was there. Rendlesham Force. Oh, we've got, that's in that book, Picker. Exactly, Blue Moon. And I'm wondering if yes, okay, killed. That's what I thought. I do too. I absolutely do. And here's the thing. I believe it was all her idea. I don't care what anybody says. I don't believe Chris came up with that idea by himself. I believe he's where he should be. So I'm not a Chris lover that thinks that, it was all her fault, so he shouldn't be responsible for it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's no way in hell that she did not know what was going on. I'm not buying it. I believe they planned it. I believe it was her idea. And I almost believe if they were dating since the first 2017, if they were dating since then, but, nobody knew about it. I believe it was a long time coming. Like, I don't think they planned it from way back in 2017, but I believe it got to the point that it was planned. She did something. Yes, Annie. Annie, be careful. Stay not sure of all her involvement, but she knew. Yeah, I believe that too. No, he had a spit hood on too long, became brain dead, then died a week later. Okay, so he was not shot. Of course not. Of course he didn't deserve to die. But here's the thing, you guys. We have many, many, many amazing law enforcement officers. We have many loving, kind, helpful people that work for law enforcement. Okay? There's bad ones, just like there's bad pastors, there's bad parents, there's bad judges, there's bad politicians, there's bad people everywhere. So just because you have some bad apples in the bunch doesn't mean you get rid of all the apples. You know what I'm saying? So these people that are fighting to get rid of our officers, they got a few screws loose in their freaking head. I mean, they sit there and fight to get rid of the officers. They riot, they protest, get rid of them, get rid of police. They're bad, all of them. Some even go to the extent of say, kill them, right? But I bet you they would change their damn tune. I'm a little feisty tonight. Sorry. Just bear with me. I bet you they would change their damn tune if one of their relatives was dying or being held up at gunpoint in their house, or somebody broke in the middle of the night and they heard footsteps. The police officers is the first place these people would be calling. So before you go out there and fight to have our officers done away with, gone, police stations taken down, burned down, think about how you might need their help one day. I mean, how ridiculous. I'm so tired of it. Hey, Angel Eyes. And she did know. Absolutely, Annie. I believe that 100%. There's no way NK did not know that Shanann was pregnant. Give me a break. NK watched everything on social media. Why else would Chris have taken his Facebook page down? Because he didn't want her to see things. I think at a minimum, she gave him an ultimatum to get rid of her. I agree. Okay, switching gears. I love the top of. I just wonder if NK would be into chubby Chris. Well, in 2017, I mean, he was chubby, but she was so cold about the murder. She could not have cared less about them, only cared about herself. Yeah, her little fake cry. They were so little. Are you kidding me? That wasn't even a fake good cry. The only she couldn't even. How are you, Angel Eyes? All lives matter. Exactly, Bebop. Hey, Sporting. The shooting took place at party with 200 people. Police chief said the scene was crazy with people hiding. There was an argument and 2 or 3 people pulling guns on each other. That's why I don't want my kids going to no damn parties. Hi, Annette. How are you? Chris is a follower. Exactly. Who? My bestie is police, social worker, and husband lieutenant in section. This occurred. Oh, but they pulled whole force to scene and 30 cars from other towns. Who would you call? Ghostbusters. Hey, she came back. It's Friday. Just came in. I'm confused, but then again, I'm always confused. Wait, isn't it Friday, you guys? No, it's Saturday. How are you? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's Saturday. I'll have to change that. Wait, yeah, it's Saturday. Durr. Annie, you be quiet. It is not, well, it's Sunday where you are, isn't it? So who's going to church tomorrow, you guys? Anyone? Anyone going to church tomorrow? Okay, so my dream, little bits and pieces of it, seriously, NK was there. She was there. She helped clean up the mess. I believe 100% that somebody stayed behind while Chris went to work and cleaned up. Made sure everything was put in its place, all of it. And if she had nothing to do, why hide? Why would she basically destroy her phone? Exactly. Just got home from hospital. Oh, thank you for what you do, Annette. Working for the hospital. That's awesome. That's amazing. You're very important to society, my dear. Yeah, exactly, Coffee. Here's the thing. Oh, they got deleted. And then Chris, I listened to another thing. I re-listened to the other day. I was listening to an old interview of him. Remember when they went out to see him? When Grammy and Tammy went to see him and stuff? And I remember him saying, she told me to delete the messages. Remember? Does anyone remember hearing that? She told me to delete my messages. I'm sorry, I've been working in the yard with my family, and Bebop, you're fine, honey. Hey, Jay. Ivy, is there a lot more cases than normal? Aw, Jay. Really? Thank you. Dang, Jay, we're going to have to meet up. This guy is really coming after me, you guys. He really wants, I told you about him. He really wants to go to coffee. Go to coffee. I don't know. He keeps asking, when are you free? What days do you have available? I really don't know now. What did she came back. I'm glad you mentioned it because it's not Friday, it's Saturday. I don't know what got me thinking it was Friday. Don't you hate it when there's a hair like bothering you? I still do too, Bebop. You have to listen to the second set. Yes, because Ivy, it's like you hear things differently. And that's probably why I had a dream about it, because I listened to it again. We should. That's right. Yes, she did. And remember when he said in the first interview she wasn't supposed to be there, and they never talked about it? Everyone chalked that up, Blue Moon. Everyone chalked that up to, he was talking about Bella, right? Bella wasn't supposed to be there watching him, right? No. I believe, just a minute. Why not go to coffee with him? I don't know. Annette, you think NK was involved too? D asks the same thing. They want the military of the world not to automatically attack when they decide to make their presence known to the public. I hated that Coder and Tammy wouldn't just let him ramble. I know. It's almost, Ivy, like they were, like it was set up. I'm sorry. That's the way I look at it. I just feel like they didn't want him to say too much. That's what I feel. And I think NK's dad had a huge pull on how that investigation went. I really do. NK's dad. Because remember when they were in the interview room, and I also believe, and I think I heard it somewhere else, might have been Critical K maybe said it. I believe, this is driving me nuts. Can I just cut it? I believe that, and I had thought this before, that they had an interview before the actual interview with her father. I believe there were questions already asked. Do you care that I am young? She knew. She came back, says she knew and did a lot. I believe it too. My BFF is now on top of her, Chris Watts news. My BFF is now on top of her Chris Watts news. I think that NK was the one that wasn't supposed to be there. I agree, Annette. And you know what? That's why I say it's coffee, not an engagement. Okay, well, when I tell you why I'm questioning, why would you want your dad to hear it? Yeah. Here's the reason why I'm not sure, because this guy used to kind of stalk me. Okay, that's why. So, I mean, it's not like it's just an easy, oh yeah, let's go out. No, he wasn't like a scary stalker. He wasn't like a creepy stalker. He was just kind of a stalker. And here's the thing. When Chris said she wasn't supposed to be there, this is what I think happened. And I've always thought this. I've mentioned it, but like I said, I don't talk about this case. I haven't made a couple of videos, maybe ever, about it. Here's the thing. I believe Shanann came home. Well, first, him and her were talking on the phone, right? I think Shanann came home. I think Chris actually was in bed with Shanann. That's what I believe. And I believe NK was freaking out because she knew Shanann was coming home. And I think it was gotten to the point where she wanted him away from her, period. She wanted him all to herself, especially after just spending that amazing weekend with him. Well, not weekend, but the whole time, the 6 weeks, but the one where they went to the sand dunes and all that. She had an amazing time with him. He was staying at her house the whole time. They were getting healthy together. I mean, they were having mad sex, right? So I think NK was hooked, absolutely hooked, especially also after going over there and seeing all the pictures and everything. So here's what I think happened. I think she went over there unannounced, snuck in the house, maybe through that basement window, went upstairs, saw them sleeping in bed together. I don't know. Or he was downstairs sleeping in the bed, which I don't think that was the case. I think, I don't know, my mind. Hey, Sean, I think she had a lot to do with it. I really do. I've always thought that. You've eaten too much? Jay, we're talking about Chris Watts. No, Ivy, not my sister's friend. Hey, Mark. Stalker isn't good. Well, he was a nice stalker. This was years ago. He was really pursuing me, and it was when my husband and I were separated the first time. And I just wish Shanann I could put a private detective on his tail. Well, yes, that would have been right, Blue Moon. That would have been smart. I think, and then this whole thing with Michael Long, you guys, this guy, I'm sorry. Do you guys agree with him putting his daughter's, all of her personal stuff out there on social media for everybody to see? Do you guys agree with that? Where's Jenny? Yeah, she wasn't here last night either. Where's our Jenny Angel? Jenny Angel, you're being summoned. Come on. NK was hooked onto because she could control him and he could just run. Exactly. She could say and do whatever she wanted. He was just like, and I'm not bashing Shanann, but Shanann could do the same thing. Chris was somebody that could be led around like a puppy. Nothing says I like you more than stalking. Hi, Mark. He was just taking advantage of his own daughter. I agree, Sporting. I agree. I think it's disgusting. I don't think he needed to go to those lengths. I don't believe. Now, you can convince a child of anything. You can convince a child that things are happening to them when they're not. I'm not saying nothing has happened to Sophie. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is it's been 5 years, right? He's had 5 years to convince his daughter that something terrible has happened to her. But I just don't believe that 4 guys did something to her. I don't. The way in a motel, and come on. Her mother, I'm sorry. I watched when the police went to her house to do a check on her. She seemed completely normal. I don't know. I was kind of wondering why she was having a problem handing over her license. That bothered me. I mean, I was thinking, okay, why would somebody not want a police officer to touch their license? I was thinking cocaine maybe on the edges of it. I don't know, but I don't think that's it. I think she was just, I think Michael has just tormented this woman for so long, now I guess she's in hiding on the run somewhere, having to stay in hotels because she's getting death threats and all kinds of things. This guy, hey, Paul, righteous evening. Um, Mark says I need a stalker too. I'll be your stalker, Mark. And so he, I mean, now he's got an Amazon wish list, Cash App, PayPal, freaking GoFundMe, all of these things. Because his daughter, he says, has been molested. That's not the first thing I'd be worrying about. Something's not right, you guys. Something is not right with this guy. Absolutely not right. The Sophie thing, there can be no fairy tale ending at this point. Well, and like we all know, no matter how you look at it, the girl is being abused, no matter how you look at it. If it is really happening to her, these things have really happened to her, which I hope to God it hasn't. That's terrible. That's abuse. And the fact that it's all over social media. And if it's not happening to her, but her father is convincing her and brainwashing her and coaching her to say this and then putting it out all over social media and using her against her mother, that's abuse. So no matter how you look at it, this poor girl is being abused. And what kind of a parent is going to use their own child? Now, I know it happens all the time, you guys, all the time. Parents use their children to get back at the other parent. That's disgusting. You don't do that. I see it all the time. He's getting the goodies for him. He won't care when it blows over. The poor girl with everything being out there. Imagine the horror she's going to have when she gets older and Googles herself. Exactly. And Coffee. What about her brothers? What about her brothers? It's terrible. Why batteries? Oh, D. Are you talking about the oil batteries? Wait. Sometimes little girls have these weird imaginations. They just keep going with it. Oh, you don't know the case, Jay? I fully believe the girl truly, utterly believe. I do too, Coffee. I believe it. Or she's been coaxed for a long time and she's got some kind of a behavioral issue. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to speculate. I'm just throwing things out there that it could possibly be. She could have been coaxed by her daddy, and been told things about her mother that weren't true, and she could have some kind of a behavioral issue because look at what she's dealing with. Parents fighting against each other. I understand. Exactly, Ivy. And her dad probably promises her that stuff, Ivy. Oh, look at all the stuff that's coming in on Amazon because you're being such a brave girl and telling your story. Now, please, you guys, I'm not saying that Sophie's story is untrue. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if her father, if it came out, you guys, that her father coached her through this whole thing and it was all a lie, I think that guy needs to go to jail. That's what I think. From day one, just got done with a 20-hour live. Wait, who's 20-hour live? Mark? Yeah, directly to her. Oh, I am not a doctor. I don't know. Okay, honey, let me look really quick. I literally, hold on. What? What is that? I think she did. She's getting it. I'm not saying she had it happen, but I think she thinks it did. It's possible to brainwash a child to think something. Yes. Mia. Mark, is that gal? Is that gal that does like, I can't think of the word. Oh, Angel Eyes knows of it. Is that gal who, God, what's it called? Not psychic, but kind of. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. She was on for 20 hours. Exactly. Ivy, no way. I don't care who you are. Clairvoyant. Yeah, Paul. I think that's it. She's got blonde hair. Is she still doing the Watts case? Oh my gosh. Really, Sean? Hold on. I have a hard time hearing. What's 1937? Oh, 19 hours and 37 minutes. Wow. That I can't believe she's still doing it. Does anybody know what happened to that other gal that was really, she's the psychic or medium, whatever she calls herself. What was her name? She had black hair. Who was that gal? I forgot her name. I think she left YouTube. You always have a great time. Did she get a lot of people in there? See, I've listened to her a couple of times. I don't remember. Ivy, I think you'll know who I'm talking about. Oh, Annette, yes. Audrey Briggs. What happened to her? I heard she's off of YouTube. Did something happen? She's gone. Okay. Mark, do you know what happened to her? She was on that hit list. About 60 people come in there. To be honest, I haven't seen any psychics. Oh, you haven't? To be on what hit list? I just heard a big boom, you guys. You know what's crazy is my son's sick, my daughter's sick, and her boyfriend's sick. All three of them are sick. I don't believe that either. I don't think her mom would even allow for men going in at her daughter. Absolutely not. No way. I mean, I don't care if her mom was on drugs or what. There's no way her mom's going to sit in the same room knowing that 4 men are doing something to her daughter. I just don't buy it. So I was looking at these missing and lost people, and it's crazy. It says over 2,000 go missing every day in the United States. And they've got the one with a lot of the ones like 80 and others that continue to talk about the case. Maybe could be the other way around, but maybe the father is taking vegetables. I wondered that. I kind of wondered by the way they spoke on the phone, on their video chat together and stuff. I wondered if maybe the father's the one doing something to her. Right? Maybe. And, they found that cocaine or whatever in the kid's hair follicle, in the kid's hair. But the dad actually brought the hair to the doctor and had them test it, right? Could have been his hair. Couldn't it have? Could it not have been his own hair? Wasn't the mom in the hotel? Because court said stay away from Jake until we get this. Father and daughter talk codes, right? There was some interview with him too. I know her mom had to be in a hotel for some reason. Hold on. New fire breaks out in Los Angeles County. Northwest firefighters go into isolation. Protesters return to Portland streets after pausing due to smoke. Robert Gore, the inventor of Gore-Tex fabric, dead at 83. Okay, well, that wasn't what I was looking at. Where'd it go? You guys talk to each other for a few minutes. Oh, this is interesting. Potential sign of alien life detected on Venus. Can you believe that? Okay. Israel signs historic deal with Bahrain and United Arab Emirates. Okay, well, that's not what I was looking for. Sorry, I get distracted, you guys. You know me. I freaking get distracted. Okay, let me go. I'm trying to look something up for you guys. Hold on. Judge Jeanine Pirro should be nominated to the Supreme Court. I agree. I love Judge Jeanine. Okay, so that was 5 days ago. He did a couple interviews. Hold on.
I'm just seeing if it's working. Here we go. Is it working? Is it working?
I don't know.
Let me just test this here.
I think maybe.
Let's see. That's amateur hour. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is...
Oops. I did read it, Sean. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. I wanted to stay on the course right here instead of politics for now. But I will show it. I will read it. It's crazy that they're freaking threatening. They always threaten.
My name is Josh. Thank you for coming to this unannounced late AF.
Okay, so you guys, just so you know, this I'm letting you listen to the Dad Challenge podcast. So I want to give him credit. I'm not going to play his video, but I'll let you hear some of, because that's what comes up for the interview. I can't. Check out the Dad Challenge podcast. Hold on. Is there any other ones? All right.
I've got your bedtime, man.
It really is. I've got a special guest here, Michael Long, from this whole crazy story that's been going on that I kind of started watching Sloan cover, and then I decided to talk about it. I've done a couple videos where I actually apologize to Michael for
I'm just like, what'd you apologize for, man?
Yeah, and so there's lots of conjecture floating around the internet right now.
Not
a lot of drama, and I decided that.
Oh, you did, Mark?
Michael, you need to tell your truth. You need to tell your story, and for what you can tell us. I know there's a court case going on. I know there's some things you can't say, but I think it's important for you to kind of.
I'm just going to ask that we talk about, that let's listen to him. Listen to him. This is the father of Sophie. Okay, so you have to let's stay on topic in what we're writing down, because in the chat, because I want people to stay focused on what he's saying, the words he's speaking. Okay. So we won't talk about politics or anything yet. We'll wait. Okay. So let's listen.
Your story, because there's always three sides to every story, right? One side, the other side, in the middle, the truth.
Sure.
And so let's let people hear your story, and let's people kind of decide the truth for what's going on. We'll ask what questions we can, and you can answer what you can. And again, I really appreciate you having the balls to come out here and stand up for your daughter.
Yeah, man, it's no problem. It's been a little quiet on my side. Yeah, it's tough. You and I were chatting earlier. This isn't my life. Is not the internet at all. In fact, I spend most of my days before this all happened working on projects with my dad out here on the land, or
Does Michael have a job? Does anybody know? Does Michael work a job? Anyone? Does he have a job?
It's just a quieter existence. So, the kids are here, and we've been hanging out with them, and I've been seeing castles, and listening to Taylor Swift. So,
one of the big questions is what's the favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh my gosh, she really likes Cardigan right now.
Yeah.
She was dancing out yesterday. Somebody sent her a karaoke mic, which she's super pumped about.
Yeah.
She does love karaoke, and so Sophie, she when she come to visit, she usually will put on she'll have little tickets that she gets, and she'll hand them out, and she'll be like, "Okay, come on in, we're gonna do a performance," and then she'll do a routine, and then she'll dance. She's just hilarious, man. So I'm sorry about the dog, by the way. So
no, don't worry about it. I don't know if you know this, Michael. We talked a little bit, but I have an 8-year-old daughter too, and she loves music, and I think we've kind of we're the same age. We have the same kind of we've been chatting for a couple of days. It's been really awesome to know you.
Mark Leonard. What's that for? WTF? Are you listening to what he's saying? Someone sent her a karaoke machine. Yeah. So I know that Kelly works. I know that she has 3 children, and before all of this crap, she took care of the children. Yes. And they had a birthday party. It's like he's just raking everything in. For what? Why? Why did he put up an Amazon account so Sophie could get things? I'm going to tell you this. If I believed my child was being harmed in any way whatsoever, especially to this, seriously, I'm not going to be putting out there, oh, here's an Amazon wish list for my child. Are you kidding me? Now, it's one thing if you need help with lawyers' fees because this is happening. For one, I wouldn't put my child's face out there crying, screaming, fighting with her mom and her grandma. And no, there's another motive here, and it's not to protect his daughter. This is no.
I understand your heart, and I want you to be able to tell the truth. And so, with this whole thing that blew up, what's kind of changed so far? We'll get to the harder questions a little later. Everybody's looking for, but kind of what? Can you give me the cliff notes of the moment this all of this shit started going down to where we are at this point right now?
Oh, when it all started going down, are you saying when there
Like,
were
let's,
issues?
from the moment,
When it all started going down, what are you saying is when your daughter started being harmed. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Like, up or when things went on?
No, like when that went on, when that stuff went online, because you clearly
Yes,
have had
therapy.
all these red flags, and you said, "Look, the only
That
way I'm
would
gonna
be
to address this is
commendable.
you have to come out with this to the truth to the world, because otherwise you weren't nothing was going to happen the way it happened." So, yeah, when you put that out there and S hit the fan, what went where, like, give me the timeline, like what went down, who's called you, have the media reached out to you, what is going on, and where is everybody getting all this conjecture and all these lies, maybe, or mistruths or half truths? What is happening? How did they get to this level?
Well, so I kind of just reached the end of my rope, man. Like, we had spent everything on these legal battles that have been going on. I call them battles, but I mean, when you're in the middle of it, it's like you're just mud throwing, just constant mud throwing. And it never felt like when we get into a court situation that we were actually talking about the issue, which the issue was my daughter was making outcries. She'd reported it to people who we assumed were in authority positions to do something about it. And even with the courts, it felt like there was more back and forth about, who's right. And it would always go back to about me. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, and this wasn't what it was about. We were trying to make sure that the kids were okay. And so
Sporting. Can you explain that? Who would do such a thing like that? What you're saying about Bella? He thinks he's a celebrity. Exactly.
Let's see. So we ran out of money, and
we ran out of money. Ding, 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 ding. We ran out of money. Okay. Just remember he said that.
Court and I were just like, I don't know what we're supposed to do now, because, what do we borrow money from people to continue on a fight that obviously is going nowhere because it's just going to be consumed by some other motion that
you get a job.
That's nonsense. And so we were like, okay, well, we need to raise something, because we need to be able to at least get to the point where a judge will look at the evidence and see what's been going on. Because we've been documenting everything, dude. Like, I mean, everything. I had been through a court situation back in 2016, 17, where, we went into that situation. Yeah, there were some things that were said that were really concerning, but nothing happened about it. Just nothing. It just went nowhere. And we weren't adequately prepared from the perspective of we hadn't documented enough. And so this time around, when things started going south back in April, we just started documenting everything we could. And so I was talking to Courtney, and the lawyer at that time was like, well, maybe set up a private GoFundMe and make a little private group on Facebook. So Court had set up a GoFundMe, and I went on and made a group. And because we had been asked to document the exchanges and all that, there was video of the one that happened in Lacey Lakeview. And so I put it together, and I was like, put it on there and invited some friends, family. And then I woke up the next day and it started blowing up within a couple days.
What are some of the things that you were told to document, and what are some of the things, if you're allowed to talk about that were some of the most important documenting things that were like would set this where it is now?
Yeah. So it was in that. So on the, let's see, it would have been the 14th of August. There was supposed to be an exchange. The kids were supposed to go with Kelly, and Sophie absolutely would not go. I mean, this is an hour and a half, 2 hours of talking to her, and even her grandma was there. And at first I was like, hey, it should be fine. Her grandma's there. She keep an eye on the situation. Everything's good. But Sophie was adamant. She was like, I'm not going. And there were 2 deputies out here in front of the place watching. And I talked to her. Courtney talked to her. My parents talked to her. And she had made some statements at that point that were quite concerning. But again, we were hopeful that with her grandma being there, maybe that would be a different situation. But
Okay. He said she had made some statements before this point where she did not want to go. Yes. Did everybody here see the first video? I think I shared some of it in the beginning. Bebop. Well, he should be expected to pay child support because he fathered those children. The point is, he's not paying child support or very little. She's working to take care of their children and raising them, taking them to school, doing everything that mothers do, right? Without his help. He said at that point, when they were having this meeting and he was supposed to switch the kids off to go with Kelly, the mother, the grandma was there, his parents were there, yada, yada, yada. Sophie just would not go, right? An hour and a half to 2 hours of this fighting. But she had made some concerning statements prior to this. So if she made concerning statements prior to this, why were you sending her off at the time? Like, why did you not try to find out if what she was saying was happening? I don't know, you guys. If my child absolutely did not want to come with me, I wouldn't put my child through the torture and say, you're coming with me. I would say, you know what? You stay with daddy. You know, I'll see you next time. Seriously, even though it would kill me inside, I'd be devastated. I'd go home and cry and probably curl up in a ball and not get up for a couple days. I would be so sad, but I would not sit there and watch my child do that, go through that torment. It is so weird.
Go. And
if I don't know, if he doesn't work, then he wouldn't be expected. But Coffee, I mean, don't you think he should pay child support? I mean, why is all the responsibility left up to the mother? I mean, it's not fair. Hey, Chirpin. Exactly, Sean. Yeah.
After like an hour and a half, I remember one of the deputies was like, "Look, just go pick her up and bring her to the car." I'm like, okay, let's give this a shot. So I walk over and go to pick up Sophie, and she was like hitting, scratching, mad. She's like, "I'm not going," and she was adamant that they're going to kill her. And as a dad, this is tough because you understand that on one side you have a whole court system that's telling you what to do, and on the other side you have your blood. You have your daughter standing there and saying, "Daddy, like, I'm in trouble. This isn't okay. Please don't make me go." And then after, she's willing to go so far as to hit, kick, scream. I walked over to the deputy and said, "Look, it's not happening. It's just not happening. She's not going. And I know that there may be repercussions for this, but I'm not going to physically hurt my daughter in the process of making her go to a place that she's telling me that she's getting hurt."
Here's the thing. This is what I want to address. One of the main questions is that you're being called out for is coaching Sophie through this.
Oh, no.
Is, but
you're right.
I got to say this.
I don't think it's because of child support either. I think he's just wanting to be noticed for mainly, and
when you
to
watch
get
the
rich
video
doing
of her adamantly not wanting to get in the vehicle or to go to the next place, or to even get to the vehicle to go to the next place, I don't care who you are, and like, there's just no such thing as an 8-year-old girl who can act that well. Yeah. To me, if you can't see that with your eyes, even if they're like, I just don't get that. Why do you think that the narrative out there is that you're coaching her through this and how would that have happened?
Yeah. Okay. So let's get there. But I didn't quite answer your question.
Okay. Sorry.
So one of the reasons I was documenting in the first place was that that transaction, situation, exchange went down out here on the property, and I couldn't get the body cam footage from the deputies to show anything in court.
Okay.
And so when it came about that, we're back in court, they said, okay, well, she needs to go, but this time alone. my lawyers was like, hey, you need to make sure you're documenting this in case anything goes south. And so I did. And, I tried not to make sure it's not in her face or anything like that, but at least turn on a video camera or capture what's going on. In fact, I didn't even know that she had made those statements in the car to her grandma until we were already on the highway headed back towards Seguin where we live. Okay. And my wife called me and she's like, hey, Michael, did you listen to that video? And I'm like, no. And she says, well, she literally told her grandma, like, what's going on? I was like, whoa, like I had no idea.
See, you guys, it's so hard. It's so hard because when I saw that video, I said the same thing that this guy's saying. Not Michael, but the Dad Challenge podcast. I said the same thing. What 8-year-old could act that well, right? What 8-year-old could be that believable? And just like you say, Coffee, I believe that she believes this has happened to her. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe she had a dream about it. Maybe certain questions have been asked. So dad and his girlfriend or whatever she is say, oh, that's wrong. They did this to you. It sounds like, right? Coaching her. One that's been manipulated. And Becky Boo, hi. Here's the thing too. Some kids do have outbursts like that when they don't want to do something, when they don't want to go somewhere. But the thing I'm having a hard time with, though, is how descriptive she was, you guys. How could she be that descriptive? And little things that she said. This is where I'm like, I don't know, because she said something to the effect like, he touches my VV, right? She said that. And then she said, nobody believes me, or nobody cares, or something, right? I hate to see child support being abused. I've seen that. Yeah. But my half-sister could put Sophie to shame. She was a terror until the 30. Right? So yes, that absolutely, it does happen. There are behavioral issues that children have. But behavioral issues, an 8-year-old that's going to talk about things that are happening to her, I think something has happened to her. Who knows if it's been when she's been with her father or if it's been with her mother. I believe something has happened to her. I don't think I believe the 4 men thing at the same time harming her. The dirty movies that she was forced to sit and watch or something. That stuff, I just can't believe that. Yes, parental alienation. Chirping over child support. This is hard, you guys, and I hate even speaking on it. But at the same time, they put it out there for the public, right? For us to support them. It's not Sophie that I don't support. Absolutely. Whatever's going on with her, it's tragic. But him, he's taken this too far. He needs to stop with the videos. He needs to stop with all the freaking Amazon wish lists and the Cash Apps and the PayPal, all of it. He needs to just stop. If he wants people to believe the story that he's pushing out there, he needs to quit all this other stuff, because it's really looking like that is what his main goal is to get people to notice him. He wants probably some big show to ask him to come on, or news stations. He wants recognition, and he wants to put money in the bank at the same time. Right, Sporting. That's true. Yes, I wish they hadn't. It didn't need to be shown in public. Yeah, Taylor Swift. I mean, I know a lot of 8-year-old girls like Taylor Swift, but
and so it wasn't like this was some pre-production. I'm going to capture her in the moment where she does the major disclosure. This was me like covering my rear as to not holding her back. And before we'd gotten up to Lazy Lakeview, there was a message that came through from Kelly saying that her attorneys advised that we sit in the car. So it was with my dad, who he's in that video. My dad's an awesome dude. But we're sitting up there, and it was to unlock the car, and that grandma was going to come up, and she was going to get Sophie or have that transition take place. And so I unlocked the car, and before I know it, it's like an abduction scene is taking place, and I'm like, oh my God. And I got my video.
While you were sitting there
and
with your video.
It was awful, man. It was terrible. Because she was freaking out, and for obvious reasons, like I can't blame her. But at the same time, that it was kind of a helpless feeling where you're being told by the system that you just got to let it happen. And if you interfere or hold her back in any way, shape, or form, that you're going to be penalized. Yeah. And so, I'd have to imagine I'm not the only parent that's ever been in this situation where your parental rights are being threatened at the possibility that you step in and do anything to interfere with that exchange.
Even if the exchange is as physical as it was.
Yeah, man. So we sat there. I mean, I could see it in my dad's eyes too. He was really bugged in that this is going on. This is his granddaughter. But when it started getting really physical, I told my dad, I was like, you gotta call the police or get somebody out here because somebody's got to observe this. And so he called the police, and then they tell me that the door isn't unlocked, which I had unlocked them. So the only conclusion I had is Sophie must have locked that other door. And when they asked me to unlock it, I mean, it was real tense. So I got
me
out of the car,
too.
And that's when the grandma just goes ahead and she sits in the back
chirping.
Vehicle,
look it up, honey. You'll get interested in it.
Even watching it afterwards, it was still pretty awkward.
Look up. Well, the
other
hashtag's
than
been
demanding
taken
her
down,
own
but
sovereignty,
the Michael Long
she didn't
case.
say a whole lot until her mom left, and she finally felt like she could tell her grandma what was going on. I was disappointed when I listened to that the grandma approached things the way she did. I don't feel like, I guess that just didn't strike me as a real compassionate way to approach that type of situation.
Can you explain to me the role the grandmother plays in the whole situation? Does she live with Kelly and them, or does she was coming along for support or whatever?
Well, in the past, she's usually come into the picture when things have gotten off the rails, and she comes in to clean things up. And I think
that's a dig.
The same thing in this situation, except for the judge in the case at the time said that she could be the supervised or the supervisor, I guess, of the visit. And I haven't really, I haven't had problems with her mom. I mean, I'm not looking to keep anybody away from family or anything like that.
No, just
a solution.
A daughter away from her mother.
And what I saw out here on the property before too, which was Sophie was trying to tell her when that exchange occurred out here, or almost occurred out here on the property. And I walked up to where she was with her grandma, and her grandma was whispering in her ear, like, you don't feel like that. You don't think that. That didn't happen to you. That was a super, super red flag for me. Because, I mean, look, I'm no expert on this, but I'm pretty sure that if somebody's trying to disclose that they're having a problem, or especially a child, like trying to tell them that they're not thinking what they think, or that things didn't happen the way that they thought it happened. I don't know, man. Like, you got a little girl, like, if they're worried or if they're scared,
who does he sound like?
Their dad,
like,
know it. You feel
who else said like all the time? Like,
I really felt like Sophie was in trouble. But she didn't have the habit of giving me any red flags before that. It was only when she told me there was a fight bigger than a fight, and that, she would give me these context clues about being 30 minutes closer to us, and trying to give me an address when the phone got taken away from her. That I was like, hey, there could be a real problem here.
Right.
And then they left that location 30 minutes after CPS arrived and headed up to Oklahoma, which was another problem because she never disclosed their location up there either. So sorry, man.
Yeah. No, that's okay. This is important because we've been talking for a couple of days and just kind of learning your story.
Didn't he?
You guys, a lot of you don't know the story, and
have
he's
her
making a ton of
taken
comments left and right
to be
for and
seen
against
like
and all this
17
stuff.
times
And look,
to the
we've got
doctor?
the guy right here in front of you who's telling you his truth. And regardless, take Michael away from the story. Take Kelly away from the story. At the core of the story is a little girl who has made an accusation, who is scared to death. And I cannot believe that you would think that is acting. I just don't see it. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I trust my gut on this. At the core, there's a little girl who said something. We need to believe this little girl, and especially in this world where we got to believe. We cannot victim blame.
And you guys know I am huge about, the children and child trafficking and child abuse, sexual abuse, all of that. I'm one of the first ones to say, hey, if a child is saying this, you listen to them, because it happened to me. Okay. And I'm sure it's happened to many of you. And I'm so sorry for that. It's a horrible, horrible thing to have to live with. But I believe something has happened to her. I do. I believe somebody has done something to her. Maybe Kelly's boyfriend did something to her. You know what? Maybe he did. And that's the thing. Maybe they're blowing it. I mean, it's already a horrific act, but maybe they think if we just say one person did it, that's not going to look so bad, But maybe if we say 4 people did it, the courts will take it more seriously. I mean, she talked about, hate to even say it, but remember in the video, she said there was red stuff down there. How would she know to say that? Either A, unless it happened, or B, somebody told her about it. But the way that her story flowed, she didn't go, I think this no, her story flowed. What she said flowed. I don't think she's making it up. I don't. It's who. Where did it happen and with who? This is such. Now, yes, it very well could have happened. That doesn't mean that this father should have been reading, having her private diary read for everybody in the world to hear. He shouldn't be putting her video up there. Fine, record it so you have it for record, so you can show the court, so you can show authorities. But why, unless he's out for something, would you take that video and display it all over social media of your 8-year-old daughter? Remember, social media is a playground for pedophiles. So this video that you're showing of your 8-year-old daughter and what she's explaining, a pedophile will love that. There's no way in hell I would put my 8-year-old child, their face, and especially the disgusting details that she explains on social media. There's no way. I don't know what I'd do if the courts weren't listening. I don't know. But I definitely wouldn't be putting out a Cash App, a PayPal, a GoFundMe, a freaking Amazon wish list. That would be the furthest thing from my freaking mind. No. I don't know. Something's not right. There's something, hold on. She probably heard those things on TikTok. Mark, I would not let my son have social media until 16. Yeah, exactly, Sean. The most believable lies are the most unbelievable lies. If Jeffrey Epstein did it, well, all cases should be investigated. Yep. Yeah, that made me skeptical when they added cops or whatever. There's something about that story that I can't not believe her story. Exactly. Coffee. They flowed. Like I said, it flowed and it's out there forever, Becky Boo. Yep. And the video with her and her caseworker, that's private information. That was put out too. I just wonder if the children will end up in foster care, really. Where do we go from here? The dad is on a money grab, and if these allegations are true against mother, yep. If the courts weren't listening, I can see putting something out there, but I wouldn't show the kid's face. I agree. There's no boundaries anymore, Ivy. Here's the thing too. I mean, didn't this freaking Jake guy take off? And why would a lawyer tell him make a Facebook group? Right, D. I would think the lawyer would say stay away from social media. I don't know. If the father loves and cares so much for his daughter, yeah, is he using any of that money for therapy? I mean, is his daughter in therapy at all? And where are these boys? Where are the other two children? They're just being pushed by the wayside. You know, this guy is so invested in social media now and doing interviews. Why are you doing interviews with people? Why? So the people can say, "Oh, if you want to donate here to Michael's cause for Sophie, here's a link." Come on. Why is he going around doing interviews? Your story's out there. Not your story, Michael Long. Her story, Sophie's story. Her story's out there. Why is he doing interviews? I mean, Kelly's not out there doing interviews, is she? Watch the news. Where can one do that, Mark? Chirpin. If this guy has a lawyer worth his thoughts, he wouldn't be on any social media. I agree, Mark. Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't arrested. I know they went and did a check on her, and that was videoed. She didn't video, the police officer did, and the police officer was very nice to her. She was very civil. She did what they asked. They went into her house. They looked through the house. Everything looked good. I mean, she looked clean. She looked good. But what I want to know is, if this story is not true, what is his end game? Getting custody of the children? I mean, is that what it is? Does he just want custody of Sophie? Like, I don't know, them and her dad and their little, secret codes and all that. I know Sophie has to have, speak certain codes, she says, around her mom. I don't know, you guys. I wish we knew. No, Ivy, where is that? That check from Kelly was a few months ago. I just saw one like a week ago. I just saw one a week ago. And how about the danger to the mother? And with so many supporting him emotionally and monetarily, how can the mom fight fairly? Exactly. Somebody would be arrested if any of the sexual about. So, does anybody know? Hey, Keek. Hi, Kiki, honey. How's your studying going? Listen, you guys. Oh my gosh. So, who knows about this? Ivy, you're pretty much involved in a lot of the the criminal cases and stuff. Do you know how many times that father took her to the doctor, right? And didn't he take her for like a yeast infection or a urinary infection or something? Not about Sophie at all. That police check took place a few months ago before this all went down. The boys are with him too. Yeah, the boys are with him too, but I'm just wondering, in the end, is he wanting all of the children? Like, I don't know. Like, really wanting them.
And if that's the case that you want to do that, why don't you just wait till the end to find out the truth instead of coming out with all this stuff? I'm not saying that, Michael's right or Kelly's right, whatever's right. But again, we can't continue to make a massive amounts of conjecture because there are people's lives on all sides here, Michael, Kelly, and Sophie here, that everybody just wants to interject into. And Michael here is telling his story. I need you guys to listen and hear this because there's some real truth here. Okay, so there's
I can't see comments.
Wait, can you really say it's truth? Do you know for sure?
As far as the whole making this about
Coffee, yeah.
Her, it's whatever, you say whatever you want. Like, I just wanted to make sure Sophie felt protected and safe. Mm-hmm. And so I don't take back anything that I've done because, again, when I got to the end of my rope, the only choice I had was to share the reality of what was going on.
Okay, thanks, Ivy.
That I was, a part of witnessing.
I heard 17 something.
And I was pissed off too. I mean, I was pissed off that she'd gone that far, been that brave. Because look, what came out in that video wasn't the first time she had to be brave and actually talk to somebody about a really uncomfortable topic. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is a very unrealistic expectation that people have on children. That if they're going through bad stuff, that they're just going to, I don't know, walk into a conversation with a police officer or with a doctor or a nurse, mm-hmm. and candidly discuss topics that, they evoke probably a level of shame. And
he's convincing, though, you guys. He is convincing.
Who's coping with the emotion of something that perhaps they're feeling shame.
He's saying all the right things right here.
They're not going to just get over that in an instant and go into some candid conversation with a stranger about it.
They're not equipped. An 8-year-old girl is not equipped with emotional or mental capacity to deal with trauma like that, which is why when little girls go through trauma, and this has happened in my family, okay? It's not my story to tell. It's happened in my family, very close to me. And the trauma that these little girls experience is actually life-altering, and it can change the trajectory of their life for the negative for the rest of their lives if they don't get the help that they need. But can I just say this, and Michael, maybe you can agree with me on this one. Believe the girl first and play it safe. It's better to be safe than sorry, right? So if she's saying something, whatever, maybe she's whatever, that's maybe what they're saying, it happened, but let's just play it safe because there's a little girl's life at risk here and her future is at risk. So you know what, regardless of how it happens, let's believe her. Let's let the investigation and the professionals take it from here and go. And so instead of saying all these things that you have no idea about, because you're not connected whatsoever, just by maybe even reading a statement from somebody. How do you pull a 3-hour video out of a half paragraph statement and then just make all the conjecture up?
Ivy.
To me, it's just not fair. It's not conducive
he's
to
the expert educating audience, which shows he's more interested in influencing and discussing what actually happened.
Being said, but I don't not just for Sophie. I think for every child, it should apply that if they're making an outcry that there's a problem. But
the other thing too that bothers me Yeah, it does change you forever. It does. Not only how you feel about yourself as a woman when you get older, right? Your body. Not only does it affect you that way, it affects you in relationships. It makes you, I mean, it can cause issues in physical, intimate relationships. It can cause problems in, just dating someone, a man, right? So that's why I've always said pedophiles, people who do terrible things to children, I don't care. They should be jailed for their life because you never know how what you did to that child is going to affect their life. They have to live with it for the rest of their life. Some people people handle it differently. Children who grow up to be adults handle it differently. Not everyone handles it the same. Some can get therapy and get through it, not ever forget it, but maintain a life after having it happen to them. Other people end up getting very promiscuous. Some people turn to alcohol. Some people turn to drugs. Some people get violent. I mean, everybody deals with this type of abuse differently. So I think there needs to be harsher punishment for people who abuse children. The punishment is not enough.
Stop.
Oh, what I was going to say, he's speaking very matter of factly, right? It's like he's just talking about, he's just talking about the weather. He's just talking about what he wants to do for vacation. This is his daughter. This is his blood. This is his baby girl who has said that men have done these horrible things to her. There is no emotion in this man's face, in his voice, nothing. No anger, no tears. I mean, sure, not guys don't really cry over this stuff, but I'm telling you, he should be a typical man would be like, maybe he wouldn't go do it, but he would be saying, I want to, whoever did this to my child. Or they would have some emotion, right? I mean, you would think.
Listen, and yes, make sure that their safety is the number one priority. I don't think that this actually is a big old leap of logic either. Like, if a child's saying that there's a problem,
oh my gosh, Coffee, that's what I just said. That's crazy.
Problem, then
by his stepdad, and he ended up in prison for. He's one of the few with the lungs.
But one of the things that we certainly saw in the system is that even though she was saying that there was a problem, even though
the guy who did it to your husband is in prison. I'm sorry for your husband that happened, Becky. It's terrible.
You see, and this is
Keeksters.
For me, this is the most illogical thing of all. How is it that you would put a person back into the environment where they just came out and said
Chirpin says
it
sounds fishy,
and not think that there might be some sort of retaliation against them? And so this, even though this is very public now, at one time this wasn't a very public thing that was happening. This is my wife and I, and us struggling.
Okay, so it's his wife
to kind of be solid and make sure that we were there for her, but also like honestly, so at certain points in this, it's just defied any normal realm of logic of how anything should be dealt with. And to see a court system that would overlook this stuff, or the authorities that getting involved not do anything
right,
about it, maybe they have their hands tied. I don't know that.
That's funny.
Like, I didn't go to school for this.
Yes, his
I don't think there's a class in college
got out recently.
But you get into the middle of it, and
good.
You're
Not that he got
to do
out.
anything you can to help your kid. which is the only. I mean, that's what you should do.
That should be always the answer. But can I ask you a quick question about this court system that I think that you've opened up a national conversation. I'm Canadian, so I don't have a ton of skin in the game. But
Hey,
it's very
Jay.
similar here. Not that I've been through it or anything like that, but can you walk me through this whole thing about, and I've stated this a couple times on both the videos, where I think that the courts generally, not all the time, are stacked against the father. Now, can you give me your experience in this during this whole?
I do have to agree with that. The tone of his voice is so weird to you. Yes, it's like he's just having a regular old conversation, right, Becky? Oh, Jay, what are we listening to? We're listening to Sophie. Have you heard about the Sophie Long case? Dude is way too calm. Exactly. Yes, Bebop. Yeah, he's way too calm. It's like he's just having a, normal conversation. There's no emotion in his voice whatsoever. But I do agree with what this guy who's holding the interview says. A lot of times the court, yes, the odds are stacked against the fathers. I do agree with that.
Thing, especially with the old judge and the old lawyers and all that stuff that went down. Can you tell me, without getting into all that?
Sorry, but let me say this. I think a lot of the reason for that is because, it's gotten a lot better, but up until the last, 10 years, maybe 5 to 10 years, the dads kind of would skip out and the mom would be left there to be responsible for the children. So, I think that's why. I think it was the dads didn't used to really fight for the kids, right? I look tired. I am tired, Jay. Thank you. Aw, Bebop. That's amazing. I love it when I see a guy going, saying, I want my children. I want to fight. My husband didn't fight for our kids. He knew that the kids were better off with me. He knew I would take care of them 100%.
Drama detail, but tell me about getting into this system, the family court system, and how do you think it was stacked against you, if it was, and how you kind of are dealing with that and have dealt with that?
I guess
tell us.
Things are going to be fair and objective.
Tell us.
My experience has not been that. It hasn't been that the whole time. Like, I remember going to court years ago, walking in, and it was supposed to be an 8-hour hearing, and suddenly, a lawyer's hired that's real powerful, walks in, and now we got a 30-minute hearing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, at that moment, it was like, wow, this isn't what I thought it was. The court isn't what I thought it was. And then it started becoming evident that, like, family courts are different than what maybe criminal courts are, and how they're supposed to be objective. And having this experience,
exactly.
What I found was that it was possible, if somebody had a bunch of money, that they could just simply, lob mud, onto the other side. And that's what was occurring is, here's this motion, here's this motion, here's this motion. Before I knew it, the little money we had to do anything about the situation with was just being eaten up by frivolous orders that are being thrown across the way. And the lawyer that I had, all their time is spent defending, as opposed to just getting into a court setting. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's make sure the counseling services are made available. Okay, the child is saying this. Let's go ahead and listen to the child. And that's when I first learned that it's not about the child.
Becky, right?
To the child. Instead, they constantly make it into a co-parenting issue, or that it's this is just angry parents, or they hate each other now, or they went through a bitter.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, y'all are missing it. You're totally missing it. This is about a child. This is about me doing my duty to her and making sure that she's protected. And if these things are going,
how well did that go over, Dad?
Allowing for them to be sorted out. And so by the time that ship had sailed, and I had to go public with it, there's a certain level
you
of,
had to
accountability to continue that process and actually put the things.
You
out
had
there.
to go
And
public
I didn't
with
feel bad
it.
about it, because all that evidence that we had acquired, all that documentation, none of it had been listened to. None of it had been listened to. Mm-hmm. And so, I've seen some comments online, and people are like, what about this? And okay, here, I'll tell you one of my favorite ones lately is this idea that we cut goat hair and sent it into a drug testing lab, And if that's out, and I'm like, I don't know what goats are doing, cocaine in the countryside or anything, but that's not normal out here.
No, you're
I
supposedly.
think any scientist worth their salt.
He's
is gonna
supposedly
notice the
doing
difference
cocaine,
between
right?
human hair.
Still no
That's-
anger. Yeah.
So can I address that a little bit here with you?
Sure, yeah.
So some of the as a human being who is now in the public eye and expressing this, can you tell me some of the craziest things that you've heard that are just like, what? Like, how did you land there?
Yeah.
Let me answer that for you, Jay. This isn't a wedding ring, honey. I bought this for myself. It's a crown. See? Don't you guys remember? You probably weren't here on the live because you miss all my lives. Just kidding. I bought this like 2 weeks ago for myself. Remember, I said, I've got a crown now. It's just not on my head. It's not my wedding ring, honey. I don't have my wedding ring any longer. It's bye-bye.
So that's one of them. The
Yeah.
fantastic what happened with Jack.
Chirping,
record,
yeah.
He was actually
And
brought
so-
into a
yeah,
lab.
I know
a
how
real
that
lab.
is. My mother
One
was.
that's designated by Comal County
Mhm.
and by my mother and by my wife.
No,
And
honey, this
it
is
was
my
cut
right
off
hand.
Of his head.
It
and
looks
sent
like the
in for a
right
zero
hand
tolerance
because
hair follicle test. So
Mhm.
that's what happened with that.
Okay, good.
What other crazy?
Kiki,
what
you're
other
so
crazy
smart.
stuff
I love
I
you.
mean, just like to lighten it up a little bit here, just because this is such a serious thing.
Well, I'll
Can
tell
we
you
just-
what,
can we get into the
something
human
crazy
side of
happened
this?
today.
Yeah, let
I'll
me
give you
know.
a crazy
He's
thing.
all smiling
today,
and
Let's see, I forgot who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody on the phone, and
Sorry,
a
I'm
deputy showed
adjusting.
up, and
sorry.
I'm like, oh, here we go. Let's see what
Adjusting.
this one is. So I walk up there, and he says to me, he goes, hey, sorry to bother you guys, but we got a call from Idaho that you were going to turn, did you post something online that you were going to turn Sophie into an angel? And
Oh,
I'm like,
yes.
all right,
The
cool.
angel
he's like,
stuff.
just
You
make
guys
sure
remember
they're all right.
that?
I was like, that's fine. So
Yes.
I yelled at my mom. She was on the other side of the property. It's like, hey, can you get Sophie? And so she comes out, and of course, this is
The
classic.
angel
Sophie
thing.
walks up.
You guys remember
He's like,
that?
hello. And the deputy's like, hi. And I said, hey, Soph, somebody said that I posted that I was going to turn you into an angel. And she looks and she goes, I already am an angel. But,
That's so funny.
but honestly, at this point, a lot of that stuff, I take with a grain of salt because it's, I'm sure there's somebody concerned up there in Idaho that maybe did hear something that didn't make sense. And they're like, oh my gosh, something's going to happen to that little girl. And I promise you, nothing's going to happen to her here. Like, this is a safe place for her to be.
Oh, I do want to move to
I
Idaho.
don't know. At this point, I'm just trying to roll with the punches, man. Because this is there's a lot of emotion involved with this. And I guess this is, if you don't mind, I segue into something that's important.
There's
to
a
me.
lot of emotion involved.
There's been
I haven't
such
seen
a,
you show any
beautiful
emotion.
outpouring of support since it started. I mean,
Beautiful outpouring
when I
of
started this
support.
group, I was sitting on a back porch and just feeling low, like feeling like there was nothing I could do to do the right thing, which is to protect her.
Mhm.
And to see people show up and say, I was once Sophie too. And sorry, my dog's going at it, but they're showing up and they're saying, I was
Right,
once Sophie
Becky.
too. I went through this when I was young, and
Yes, Sporty, very
and,
smart.
I believe her, and they heard
Put
her
a
now.
ring on it.
It's really.
Put a ring on it.
It's opened my eyes up to how big this issue actually is, but
Mhm.
it's truly warmed my heart to see
Oh,
the outpouring of love and support for her and for our family and people who
people are very
they
kind and
send, like,
people
gifts to
are.
her,
People
like
are
people we don't
amazing.
even know, like
Mhm.
I'm sending gifts. And
Right,
for the record, I
Becky.
didn't put that Amazon list out there. It was a person in the community that decided to do that. But I don't know, man. I'm touched because I think we live in a world where we sometimes get to start thinking that we're all alone and that people aren't there and that there's no cohesiveness. There's no common ground that we can get to. And what I found out very quickly is that this is one that a lot of people can agree on. Like we
Okay.
can disagree on COVID. We can
Hey. Oh, wait.
disagree on the economy. We can disagree on
Politics.
all sorts of topics, right?
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people can agree that we want to make sure our children are safe.
Becky.
And that we want to make sure that they're hurt.
Do you know where that blog is? Where he was talking about that? I want to stop for a second and let Joan say Robbie's mom. He does. He does, Kiki. Exactly. He loves this. He wants to be interviewed, I think, more and more and more. I want to say, Joan, I got your letter, your card. It's so cute and sweet. Thank you so much. I want to read it. I want to share it, but I don't want to unless I have your permission. So just a sweet little card she made for me. She drew my name and she drew a flower and she put my something on the front, which is really sweet. So I would like to share it. I don't know if she's watching. I'm sure she wouldn't mind if I shared it. So Joan, if you're watching, and you're just listening, just put a yes if I can share share it. Sophie's abuse is a good thing because it brings us all together. Yeah, abuse is a terrible thing, but I mean, we have to talk about it. People do have to talk about it, right? Exactly, Kiki. It is hard. So she put Bella. It stands for beautiful, elegant, loving, legit angel. I love it. Legit. I'm a legit angel. Yeah, it's really cute. So cute. To be clear, that's what it sounds like he was just suggesting. Oh, yeah, that's Picker, that's what he was saying. Yeah. Becky, if you know where that article is, or they are going to war for him. If you know where that article is, or the blog. Well, you guys, if you want to finish listening to his interview, I can't take any more of it. Ugh. Go check out the Dad Challenge podcast. It's seems like it's a good podcast. Okay, yeah, I'll just look it up. But do we have any new prayer requests, you guys? Any new prayer requests? Any unspoken? Oh, he has a website. Okay. I'll see if I can find it. Let me look. Okay. Okay. Okay, this guy, Michael Long, is a medium. I don't think. Okay, here's a blog. That guy's a dentist. No. I don't know which one it is. Hi, Just Me. How are you? We found Michael. There's a few Michael Longs, so I don't know. I don't know which one he is. So, all right. Well, does anybody have any more prayer requests? Any new prayer requests, I should say? Anyone? Ah, my hair is driving me nuts. You guys, I think I want to take these out. I know, I'm so indecisive, you guys. It's terrible. I'm just so indecisive. No new prayer request? Okay. Well, we won't. Let me know if you do, or if you have any unspoken prayer requests. Yeah, triggers bad memories. Exactly. And it's hard, but they do have to be talked about. We have to keep them in the forefront. Hey, Housewife Havoc. You lost both of your parents in the last 60 days. Oh my goodness. Do you mind sharing how it happened, honey? I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine. Do you mind if I pray for you? I mean, I'm not going to do it out loud, but that's awful. You know, I lost my father, but that was a long time ago. I'm scared to death for when my mom's time comes. Dad, oh my gosh, kidney and liver failure. Dad, kidney. Did you get to have a funeral, honey? Did you, because of the COVID stuff, did you get to have a okay, sweetheart. Everybody put some hearts up and some prayers for housewife. Luckily, for me, mom, liver. My mom had cirrhosis of the liver, honey, but it ended up healing. It was due to alcoholism. Mark wants the Chicago Bears to win, or Chicago Cubs. Wait, no, Chicago Bears. Got it down, Mark. Housewife, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Prayers for Denton. Oh, Sean. Pray for Denton, Texas. And Seattle. Denton, Texas, Portland, and Seattle. My grandma raised me until I was 14 because she had the best medical care for me. My dad is still my hero. My mom, well, Bebop. It's scary, yeah. What did I ask? What did I ask that you said no to, housewife? What did I ask? I don't remember. I asked something. Oh, you didn't get to have a funeral for either? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's terrible. How can they have these places open now? Like they have gyms open now. They've got restaurants open. But people can't have funerals still? Aw, hearts times. Aw, chirping. 10,000. Aw. My mom died from liver failure also. Coffee. Pills. Not alcohol free. Oh, it was pills. It was opiates, honey. Oh my gosh. Oh, Blue Moon, so sweet. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for praying for us. Jay, you want me to pray for you? Is there anything specific or just in general, unspoken? I got it, sweetie. Got it down. Your dad was 65 and your mom was only 62. Your mom died when you were 9. Your family didn't want to come. Right. Riots and protests are okay, but not funerals. It's sickening. Exactly. Wait, what did Becky Boo say? She said, no nice way to say it. What did you say, Becky? I didn't see it, honey. Opioids will destroy. Yep. 5 weeks apart. Yes, Coffee. Absolutely. Pray for all the hurting children. Yes. Jesus loves the little children. You were on autopilot? I bet. I can imagine. I can't imagine. Actually, I can't imagine. Oh, gosh. See? That's why it's like, imagine if you're in a chat where everybody's fighting and arguing and just going at each other. And then you say something and someone attacks you, right? You don't know. Somebody could attack somebody who's going through something like housewife is, who have just lost the two most important people in her life, right? It's like, we need to learn to be kind. You guys saw my thumbnail, seeking kindness. I think it says something like that. Your mind doesn't want to go there. In Texas, the COVID are way up. That's why. Oh. Hey, Sue Soul Sister. Honey. Oh my gosh, I got to show you something. Our moms sound so much alike, but forgive no matter how crappy they can be. Exactly. Yes. I remember you saying that before. You guys, I want to show you. That was hard chirping, I bet. Hold on. Ow. Oh my gosh. I showed you guys this, but Sue Soul Sister was not in here. Sue Soul Sister, look what I got. I got the sardonyx that you sent me. It's beautiful. I love it. I got the bracelet. The bracelet you sent. I showed everybody, but you weren't here. So look, it's got a butterfly on it. How cute is that? It's a little rope bracelet and a watch and a butterfly. And then I got a little butterfly good luck charm. Isn't that cute? So adorable. Thank you so much, sweetie. Such thoughtful gifts. I love that. They're so thoughtful. I'm going to listen to. Okay, honey. I'm so sorry, housewife. Just know I'll be praying for you, okay? Everybody will be praying for you. Thank you so much, Sue Soul Sister. Yes, very nice. And I got Mark's card. I showed you guys. That was very sweet. And Mark sent me $20. So I can buy Buenos. Mark sent me $20 to buy Buenos. Well, that's not what he said, but that's what I got. And then, of course, I got this beautiful card from Joan. So sweet. I told you guys, I love, love, love cards. Thank you, honey. So sweet. Okay, Jay, are you trolling me? Nobody thinks I'm that beautiful. What is wrong with this light? Ew. Are you trolling me? Nobody thinks I'm that beautiful. What happened to this world? It's not the same. Everyone is frightened. I know, Sporting. It's terrible. So she sent me this sweet, sweet card, right? Is that the wrong one? No. It says, Bella, your kindness will come back to you. Thank you for being a light for Jesus. I'm grateful Christ brought us together. God's armor over you. Love, Joan. Isn't that so sweet? I love it. It's special. That's so special. Thank you, Joan. I'm having a bad... it's making it hard to do homework. I went ahead and put books on audio. Yeah, well, yes, Kiki, if that's what you have to do, honey. Yeah, if that's what you have to do so you can not hurt, right? You can just kind of relax. I love my cards and stuff. Oh, I'll tell you about it, Sue Soul Sister. Sean, thank you. Viva. Here's the thing. It wasn't that good with my sister there. That's all I can say. So now if you guys just want to talk about whatever. Oh, you missed the vacation video? Well, you guys, I can always send you the links, okay? I can always send you the links. I'm deciding I'm going to start doing the, I'm going to start doing the members group, I think. My son is sicky. I think he's over with his girlfriend. Bella, you are hot. Deal with it. But I think Jay's giving you all the compliments whilst Jenny Angel is. I know. He likes Jenny Angel. Jenny Angel's pretty too. Kiki, I've never met my son's girlfriend, you guys. So Kiki, maybe I won't like her. I think. Hey, Marlena. I think I want my son to date you. Oh, you didn't get to see the hair? I got that hair. I love it. Oh, it's messy on top, but it's a mess. I took it out. I took it out of my hat. It's kind of messy right now. It's messy. I got it wet and kind of dampened it and then straightened it a little bit. But it's like I pulled one of these out, but I need to put one back in. Oh, coffee. No, I'm not. Thank you. You like it? Some people like it shorter better. And that's okay. Some people like it short, you guys. They said, I liked it shorter. Right? They said, I like it short. Chirpin, did you see it before? Were you here last night? Thank you, Marlena. You stopped by to show some love? Ooh, I like love. Give me love, love. I probably won't leave it in that long. Maybe like a month or so. I might just keep it in for a month, maybe. I don't know. She didn't do it the way I wanted, you know. I thought she was gonna put the other ones in too, but that's okay. Thank you, Jay. You like it long, Kiki? You can pull off both looks. Aw. Leave it down for a minute? Why, Bebop? I want to put it up. It's bothering. It's bothering me. I'm sorry. I was just trying to be honest. I'm not. No. Sporting, please don't worry about it. I like it when people give their honest opinion. Please, you did not do. I would not look good bald, but yeah, I saw the hair before. I'm in favor. Please, an actress in your community who played Annie. Well, coffee, I can't help it. Sorry. Hey, don't give me a hard time. I'm learning to accept compliments, okay? I don't mean to hurt you. No, I know. And please, Sporting, don't you dare worry about hurting my feelings, okay? You said it in the most kind way, and you just gave your opinion. You like it shorter better. Some people do. That's okay. You know, I hate these hairs, though. I'm telling you, when I was with my mom and my sister, you guys, And I told my mom this. I said, I'm telling you, after the second night I stayed here with you, I woke up and I had 3 more gray hair. 3 more gray hairs, you guys, from being with them. I'm not kidding. She's like, it doesn't grow that fast. I said, well, mine did. I got 3 more gray hairs by being with them. Allison Brie. Okay, I'll Google. Let's see it. Okay. Don't pull them out. Oh, you think I look like her? Let me see. Oh, that's her with short hair. Why does she look familiar? She looks familiar, kind of. I know her from somewhere. I mean, no, she's really pretty there. Kiki's so cute, you guys. Look at the poison that was sent to the president today. Today? Thank you, Bebop. Wait, he had poison sent to him today? What? No, I agree, Becky. I think there was like 18 other attempts on him. Today. Oh my gosh. No. Are you serious? How did it get sent to him? Where did it get sent to him? How did it happen? Been trying to snuff out Trump. Exactly, Chirpin. They have. They've been trying to get rid of him for quite a long time. They're not going to take down our man. Oh, it happened earlier this week. In the mail. I know, Coffee, you weren't. Let's go back. It was sent to the White House. Oh my gosh. 26 deaths. Look at how smart Kiki is. I thought it was 18 the last I saw, but now it's 26. Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope nobody turns on him that is supposed to be protecting him, you know? Oh, yeah. The mail isn't handled at the White House, though. It's all handled offsite. They better not. Thank you, Becky. Exactly. Are you laughing like that's a joke? He does love America, Becky. You guys are making me suck this down. Look what I got. Okay, remember I got these books, right? Let's just do an all-nighter. Does that sound... Hey, should we do an all-nighter? Oh, you're... About Bella getting 3 gray hairs. Oh, yes, Blue Moon. Yes, right. I did get 3 green gray hairs. Exactly. Protectors for his protectors. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. No, okay. Hold on. Okay, this is that book I was telling you about. Oh, no, that's not the one I want. I want to read this one. Let's read, shall we? Listen to Professor Bella, okay? He doesn't have to do it. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even touch the mail. Okay, this is how our laws are made. Now, I think everybody should have to read this. And I think everybody should have to read this. And I think everybody should have to read especially this. Very important, you guys. Very, very important to read these types of books. Because that's how we learn, right, children? Right, class? This is how we learn. Sinead O'Connor would look better with long locks. Do you think when people say you look good, makes you feel like you're not smart? That's a good question, Bebop. Are you trying to get into my mind? Are you trying to get into my psyche, Bebop? You know I love you, girl. You know I love you. I think actually that's a good question. Bebop, yes. Not now, but before. Yeah. I feel like, and it goes back to that tape in my mind from what my mom used to say. You have nothing if you don't have looks in this world. She told me that when I was a eensy weensy teeny weeny little girl. And I mean, I don't believe that now. And I don't believe when people say I'm pretty now or whatever. I don't think that they're saying I'm pretty but not smart. No. But at one time, Bebop, it's funny you caught on to that, but yes. Wrote that weird, but you're tired. You're fine. Oh, Bill on Capital. I wonder if he takes the garbage. He probably. Me too. You have a fourth one coming up next month. But women definitely focus on beauty too much. I don't like when people say about little girls, oh, you're so pretty. So what? So what? It's not that important. Yes, I agree. That's why when I talk to little kids, especially little girls, I say, you are so smart. You are such, or you have a pretty smile or something. I mean, I like to say, you're so cute or whatever, but I really try to focus on everything else first, and say, oh, that what they're wearing is cute, or that they have a nice smile, or they have pretty eyes, or something that isn't so superficial, like you're so smart, or you're so funny, or you have a cute laugh or something, her insecurities or her jealousy of your looks and personality. I think that it was building them up, not tearing them down. Too much emphasis on looks. Yes. Thank you, Bebop. You're so cute. Thank you, Sporting. That was your mom's trauma, not yours. That's true. It is. And my sister, I was talking to my BFF and she was like, you and your sister look nothing alike. Oh, and you guys saw her. I showed you guys her, but we look nothing alike. We have different fathers. So it's funny because my sister and then my younger brother, they also have two different fathers, but both of them got premature gray. Like my sister's hair is all gray. Like her whole head, she has long hair and it's all gray. It's pretty though. Like some people pay money to get their hair colored like that. And then my younger brother, he went gray in his late 20s. They have different dads than I did. Different daddy than me. To me, beautiful is not just looks, but personality and attitude. Exactly. A woman's demeanor greatly influences how pretty she looks. Yep, I agree. My mother was the most vainest woman I've ever known. And I loved her, but she only cared about looks. Yes, housewife. Sounds like our moms are a lot alike. Beauty is known as the art is being made grotesque. Yeah. I wish mine would turn all gray already. Okay, so how our laws are made. I just want to read a little bit to you guys, okay? Just a little bit. Let's read. Let's read about the Congress. You guys probably don't want to, huh? I guess you take after your daddy. Your daddy must be good looking. My My dad was handsome. I think my dad looked like Ward Cleaver, kind of, except darker. My dad was very, very dark skinned. No, okay, let's read our Constitution. All right, let's do that. You guys want to read or no? You want to read a book? Should we read a book? You're going to be listening? Okay, sweetheart. Okay, hold on. That umbrella poker thing. Bebop, that's not silly, honey. I do have a picture of my dad. It's hard to see though. You can't see him. I need to get it what's it called? Restored or something? Okay. Yeah, our founding fathers need to come back, you guys. They need to come back. Okay, listen to this. Just listen. Have you read the book called The Last President? No. But there is a book I want to read by what's her name I was talking about earlier, you guys. She did a book. I'll have to look it up and tell you guys about it. I think we all should read a certain book and then have a discussion about it, like a book club. Wouldn't that be fun if we all did that? The book is called let me get it for you real quick. No, I don't want that one. Ugh. Hold on. Here. Okay, the book is called...
They get you in the door with a free weekend trip or dinner, or sometimes it's just a Visa gift card.
Yeah, no timeshares.
It's only going to take 90 minutes. That's the first.
No. Okay, the book is called...
Well, what I would like is for people to not buy this book.
You haven't read the book, have you?
No.
Hold on.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I
Let
know
me
the
find
amount
it.
of pink in this video is a little bit obnoxious. This is actually post-birthday decorations. I had a surprise party. I turned 27
Where'd it
years
go?
ago, which is about 80 in tranny years, but we won't talk about that. So I genuinely cannot believe I'm here making a third J.K. Rowling video. If there's
Yes,
one
it's by
person
J.K.
at the
Rowling, you
highest
guys. It's her new
audience more
book.
than anyone else on the planet, J.K. Rowling has taken that spot. This is the third transphobic controversy that the author has found herself in. This time it's not about any tweets that may or may not be out of context. We can go back and forth about. This is not about who she's following on Twitter, as if that's ever a valid reason to cancel someone. Anyways, this time everyone is up in arms about her new book being released called Troubled Blood. And just a heads up.
Troubled Blood, okay? That's what it's called. It's by J.K. Rowling. It's called Troubled Blood. You can read it on what's it called on the internet? Whatever that app's called, you guys, you can read it. Troubled Blood. I think everyone should read it, and we should have a discussion about it. I would like to do like a little book club. Wouldn't that be fun? Doing a book club? It's like a good book. Okay. Listen. So, sit back and just listen. The Constitution of the United States of America was shaped and fashioned on the forge of great ideas. It is the product of a succession of intellectual leaps that became known as the Age of Enlightenment in the 18th century. The German philosopher Immanuel Kant, 1724 to 1804, defined this period in human evolution as man's release from his self-incurred tutelage. Tutelage being man's inability to make use of his understanding without direction from another. The English-born American emerge and firebrand journalist Thomas Paine called it the Age of Reason, at a time when the ability to rule men's lives lay in the divine right of kings, where monarchical decree controlled life, death, liberty, and freedom of speech, and birthright condemned the rise of a person regardless of his or her ability. Some men of letters turned their thoughts to the question, why? Government managed by the ancient Greeks, democracy, or the Romans republic with the power of the citizens' vote or political representation of the citizens' need had long been suppressed. But the printed and published words of those referred to in their time as the substitute aristocracy, learned men such as John Jacques Rousseau. I prefer liberty with danger than peace with slavery. Or John Locke. Being all equal and independent, no one ought to harm another in his life, health, liberty, or possessions. Gained acceptance during a period when people believed they were oppressed. The salons of Europe spread the age of enlightenment. Informal conversations among learned persons held in private homes and public rooms were the main activity of the salons. These intellectual exchanges often resulted in the spreading of the Enlightenment into the public arena through personal, copied, circulated, and published letters, as well as letters to the editors of widely distributed gazettes and magazines. These new ideas of social and political change reached a wide audience through this emerging periodical press. In Boston, Philadelphia, and other major cities in the colonies, the book The Age of Reason and the pamphlet Common Sense by Thomas Paine were being read and debated in public houses, church meetings, and in local newspapers. Isolated from the old world's tyranny, the American colonies felt cut off from representation by their mother country, Great Britain. The colonists had come to this wild and vast new world on the east coast of North America and had worked hard to support themselves and become valuable trading partners as loyal subjects of their king. British acts against Americans' liberty and levies against commerce were becoming intolerable as treasonous threats and autocratic demands sailed back and forth between American and English ports. New ideas and enlightened thoughts were being born in the salons and cafes of Europe. These enlightenments spoke of the people's inalienable rights and representational government shaped by their own hands. Provocations and demands on the colonies, such as the Stamp Act, the Townshend Acts, and boarding British troops in private Boston homes, demanded an immediate declaration of independence in 1775. A more moderate group, led by John Dickinson of Pennsylvania, appealed for a final letter to be extended directly to the Crown, seeking a peaceful solution. This so-called olive branch petition placed all the guilt on Parliament, which the colonies presumed had acted without the king's knowledge. Are you guys having fun yet? Oops. Bonk. George III refused to accept it. He called down the wrath of the empire on every colonist who dared sign such a document. On November 9, 1775, 3 months after the olive branch petition had been rejected and every signatory branded a traitor with a reward on their heads, the Continental Congress created an agreement of secrecy to protect these fugitives from the death penalty. It was eventually signed by 87 delegates. The Declaration of Independence. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? Bum, 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 bum. With all diplomatic channels exhausted, all that remained was separation from the mother country and the turning of 13 colonies into independent states. This decision almost certainly meant going to war with the greatest military power in Western civilization. To earn support from the majority of citizens in this was shaky new republic would require a lot of explaining. A formal declaration stating the reasons for such a drastic step was deemed a necessity. By this time, Thomas Paine's pamphlet, Common Sense, which advocated a Republican government and repeated the themes of the Enlightenment, had stirred public debate beyond the legislative arenas, consolidating considerable public support for separation and independence. Much of this sentiment took the form of local declarations, more than 90 from April to July 1776, according to historian Pauline Maier. These sentiments were expressed with instructions to colonial delegations and carried out with official legislative acts stipulating the dissolution of all ties with Great Britain. On May 15, 1776, Richard Henry Lee, a delegate from Virginia, received instructions to approve separation and the severing of all ties with Britain. In response, he placed the following resolution before Congress. Resolved that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved. The resolution was roundly debated, but also acted as motivation to produce a necessary explanation of why the colonies were to become independent states. Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, Robert R. Livingston, and Roger Sherman were tasked by Congress with creating a formal draft of this explanation. Once the general outline was established, Jefferson was persuaded to write the first draft, which he did, working on the second floor of a boarding house using a portable writing desk he designed and built. Franklin and Adams contributed scores of suggestions and corrections in the margins of that first draft. A second clean draft was presented to Congress, and they ruthlessly edited it, mangled it, in Jefferson's words, according to local concerns and prejudices. For example, between July 2nd and final ratification, the sentences condemning the slave trade were cut, fearing loss of the Southern states' votes. Did you hear that? For example, between July 2nd and final ratification, the sentences condemning the slave trade were cut, fearing the loss of the Southern states' votes. On July 4, 1776, the final form of the document was approved with the signatures of 56 delegates, all of whom faced hanging if arrested by the British for doing so. It was then sent to the printers to be distributed and read throughout the newly minted United States of America. This is cool. It's got little thing, the leverage of new ideas. The 7 Years' War, 1754 to 63, between Great Britain and France had drained the British treasury. To raise revenue, Parliament voted to extract additional taxes from their colonies. The Americans objected, citing they were not represented in the British legislature. Therefore, Parliament had no right to levy taxes. The British, however, saw the question from the point of view of the authority in the monarchical sense, meaning that any laws they enacted were wholly constitutional. During the Age of Enlightenment, however, so-called natural rights were deemed not dependent upon any culture, government, or king, and were, as such, universal and unalienable. Nature law, as interpreted by the Enlightenment, challenged the divine right of the kings and became the basis for a newly proposed social contract, positive law, and government, thus becoming legal rights. Steered by the writings of influential colonists such as Samuel Adams, James Wilson, and Thomas Jefferson, Americans argued that Parliament was merely the legislature for Great Britain, while the colonies, with their own legislatures, were tied to the British only by their allegiance to the crown. Soon, these ideas inspired clandestine meetings of influential and politically active Americans, where the discussion turned to separation from Great Britain and independence for the colonies. And I will stop there if you guys are getting bored, but I think this is awesome. I'm going to read all the way through it. Articles of Confederation, the beginning of a new order. How many times have we had a new order, you guys? And here is the Declaration of Independence. I'll show you guys pictures. Pretty cool, huh? It's got all the pictures in here. It's got little pictures. Pretty cool. Children, you like the pictures? I love these books, you guys. What's color television? Wait. It's crazy. I love these stories. Conspiracy. Hey, Aquarian baby. I can keep reading if you guys just want to talk. Oh, it's 2:36 a.m. there. If you guys want to keep talking, I can stay on for a bit and keep reading. Unless you don't want to listen. Bye, Aquarium baby. Thanks for popping in, honey. Thank you, darling. Good night, Bebops. You've been back watching Netflix? Well, I am going to definitely watch that, the Watts one. I mean, I have to. I just have to watch it. I don't know. I think I should. Yep, you guys need to pay more taxes to Britain. That American princess is costing us an arm and a leg. Housewife, you're so sweet. Good night, all that are leaving. Do you guys want me to keep reading or do you want to get going? Are you bored? I mean, I understand if you're bored. Not everybody's into this kind of reading, which is okay. It's okay, I promise. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I know. It's Saturday night. I have to change my thing. Saturday night's all right for fighting. What would you guys think if I did a drama live sometime? What would you think about? What if I did a drama live? What would you think of that? Let's see. Is it going to let me change my settings? Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see. No, I have to wait until it's over. I can't edit it yet. The Last Kingdom. I need to do that too. I'm going to have to get it for the Watts special. Or, oh, yes, news on my MRI. Oh, no, I meant to ask you about that. Yes, Coffee, same day as Wentworth. Sue Soul Sister, what do they say about it? You guys, she got her MRI and it showed, because you had it on Tuesday, right? And then I was gone and I meant to ask you about it. So it shows she has a 2-centimeter tumor on her pituitary. Oh my gosh. What are they saying about it? You guys keep Sue Soul Sister in your prayers, please. If you can let me know what you haven't seen the doctor yet. Okay. I'm going to put you. Hold on. I'm going to be praying for you, honey. I'm going to be praying that God just erases it, that it just disappears. That can happen, or that it shrinks. 2 centimeter. I'm sorry, honey. I know it's not easy to understand. And we don't always know why, but God allows things to come into our lives for a reason. And I'm hoping that He's going to show you what that reason is. Thanks, you guys. It's Cushing disease or syndrome. Cushing disease. That's what it's called. What you have. When's your appointment, honey? When's your doctor's appointment? I think I have it written down on my big tablet, but I want to put it right in here. Oh, good series. I've watched a lot of series, Angel Eyes. I gotta what's one that I really liked? I'll have to think about that one, honey. To Google what, honey? You don't want to leave to Google what? I'll Google it. What do you need? Jay, yep, I put you down. I just put down an unspoken, but I'll put for a change in your life. Yes, I will. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's further back. That's why. Oh, Sue Soul Sister, I have you right here too. Tuesday the 8th. Yes. Okay. Got that. Jay. Here. Change in his life. What kind of change are you looking for? Are we ever getting it? I don't know. I don't know if we are, honey. Bloodline and Justified. Bloodline, isn't that like in another language, honey? And you can't listen to it in American or in English? Sorry. I think I started to watch that and I couldn't listen to it in English. Is that on Netflix? To be a better person. Aw. I have a pocket full you can have. October 6th. Okay. That's 3 days before my birthday. You guys, it's almost my birthday. I'm getting old. I don't even want to. I don't want to get old, you guys. I don't want to die. Cobra Kai. I have not seen that. What did you need Googled, housewife? I'll Google it for you, sweetie. I love these books. I have such good taste in books, you guys. It's always books that are... You're a gift. Coffee. Aw. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, Cushing's. Yours is in 4 days. Thank you, honey. Aw. Bless you. You're a blessing. You're a blessing here in our chat. No, it's in English. Okay. Oh, it does? Sissy Space? Okay. Mark's like, wow, coffee. Thank you, honey. That'll go on. Oh, yeah, because they're always a month behind. They make it, that'll go on next month. So you have to have a $100 threshold, right? So they'll take 30% of that. So I'll have a whole month to get a little bit more for the $100 because they don't give you your AdSense unless you make at least $100. Isn't that crazy? It's in October, Jay. October 9th. That's my birthday. Aw, you guys are good to me. I get my cards and my sweet little gifts, and you guys are so good to me. I like the hot pink there. Okay, Cushing syndrome, housewife one. Hold on. Cushing. Okay. So you just want me to read the definition or what it is, housewife? Okay. So it says, okay, I didn't click on cortisol. Oh, I guess it has to do with cortisol. Okay. So hypercortisolism. Cortisolism, also referred to as Cushing syndrome, occurs when the body is exposed to high levels of the hormone cortisol for a long period of time. Sometimes referred to as the stress hormone, cortisol is naturally produced in the adrenal glands, which are located at the top of the kidneys. Cortisol plays a role in the body's response to stress and affects blood pressure, metabolism, inflammation, and memory formulation. Cortisol also helps to regulate blood sugar and control the amount of water in the body. All of these functions make cortisol crucial for overall health and well-being. The adrenal and pituitary glands, as well as the hypothalamus, all play a role in cortisol production. The production of cortisol is controlled by the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. In the brain, the hypothalamus triggers the pituitary gland to release adrenocorticotropic hormone, which activates the adrenal glands to release cortisol into the bloodstream. A feedback loop ensures that proper levels of cortisol are maintained. When the HPA axis works normally, cortisol in the blood rises and falls regularly over 24 hours. Cortisol plays a role in a wide range of bodily functions, including regulation of blood sugar, blood pressure, bone health, weight, metabolism, inflammation, vision and balance, mood, and depression. Wow. Oh, I have some of these symptoms. Hold on. Wow. So there's, yeah, you might want to go read up on it. It's interesting. There's a lot of information about it. It talks about what are the signs and symptoms of excess cortisol. It talks about they share stories of people who have gotten it. It talks about the two different types of hypercortisolism, cortisolism. How does it impact the body? All this stuff. It's very interesting. So just check it. Just read up on it. Sound good? Oh, it's a big mess. That's a lot of big words. Yes, it is. All right, you guys. Suzel's sister, I'll be praying for you, honey. And I know we're going to have a big birthday bash for me here on my birthday. Here. Because I never do anything on my birthday. So I'll spend it with you guys. And we'll have fun. We'll play music. I'll have a few drinks. You guys will have a few drinks with me. And I was gonna tell you, housewife, if you don't mind, for the Netflix thing, because I have a Netflix subscription, but I'm gonna get rid of it as soon as my daughter moves out, which is going to be probably in a week or two. So we can do a little watch party on Zoom, and then you won't have to sign up for it again. So we can watch, we all can, you know, if anyone wants to join in, we can all just watch it on Zoom together. I think that would be fun, and then have a discussion about it. So it's a date. So Kiki and Housewife and Jay and Coffee and Robert and Sean and Beck, whoever wants to go, all of us, if you guys want to, then we can all do a watch party together on the 30th if you guys want. Okay, sound good? Let me know if you do want to. I will maybe I'll put something up in the community post. Make sure to check the community post every once in a while, you guys, because sometimes I do put things up there. So I might take a poll, like how many people want to do the membership again. Love to watch. Yes, that would be fun. I mean, not fun, but you know what I mean. A hump on the upper back. Yeah, there's like a lump, they say, in between the shoulder blades, it said, or something. Yeah. Okay, you guys. God bless you. Sweet dreams. You guys pray for each other. I'll be praying for you guys too. I gotta go, Jay. I gotta go see if no, I'm not gonna go out with that guy. I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't tonight anyways, but I'm saying I'm not interested. So I'm probably just gonna go watch a show and lay down because I'm tired. Hi, Ritka. We're just going bye-bye. Yeah, we can have a dancing party on my birthday. You guys can watch Sean twerk. Good night, Blue Moon. Good night, Angel Eyes. Good night, Coffee. Thank you for the super chat. Good night, Paul and Becky and Sue Soul Sister and Housewife Havoc and Picker and Ritka and Mark and Jay and Chirpin and Keeks, the Keekster. And did I get everybody? I said Sean. Okay, I think I got everybody. So God bless you. And good night, you guys. I love you. You guys are amazing people. You're my peeps. You're my peeps. You can't go anywhere else. You got it? No. Just kidding. Good night, Sean. No, literally. Good night, Bebop. You cannot go anywhere else. You're with me, and that's it. If I find out you've gone in another chat, I'm just kidding. I could never do that. Who could ever tell somebody where to go? Ew, no. Unless it was somebody that was really hateful, you know, then I might have a problem with it. I'm just rambling now. I'm going to go watch something and go to sleep. I'm tired. Good night. Love you guys.